I wanted to do a final review on this Sorbo mini eliminator, aka the Dascriminator. That's what I call it. I've been using this quite a bit now for the last couple of months, and I did a couple of things to it just from using it. Some things I noticed. It had first, this particular thing is not an eliminator technically. It has three. Usually comes with three of these little black knobs for these attachment pieces here. I took the middle one out, and it's for cleaning multiple French windows at the same time. I suppose is why Sorbo designed it, but I use it on these long channels. And anyway, if you notice, I took these black knobs off and I just put regular machine screws in there. And one of the reasons is when you're cleaning windows with this, what I noticed is, especially if there's deep sills, when you go up into the top of the frame to use it, sometimes these things just get in the way. And the other reason is the holster. This is just a Home Depot drill holster Husky makes. This one's kind of dirty, but anyway, when you're putting these things in a holster, if you want to holster it, if you have these black knobs on it, you know, when you get them in the holster, when you try to pull them out and stuff, these black knobs, they just kind of catch on it and stuff, and so it's just a lot easier to not have those things on there. You don't need them. The other thing on the holster too, since I'm talking about this, is with longer channels, usually what I do is I put this is a right-handed holster. Instead of putting them in this way, they just kind of, when you're using the longer channels, they're going to get in your way. So I put them on the opposite side, and that way it hangs out in the back there and it's just out of my way. So that's just a little tip. I have also made a gizmo for to catch all the water. I'll do a tool belt video one day and show you that. But anyway, this thing, most window cleaners I know, especially guys who do storefronts, commercial work, most of them at some time have invested in one of these longer channels. And what happens is oftentimes is especially these 36 inches, they end up collecting dust on a shelf someplace because they're really more trouble than they're worth. But with this attachment on here, it's not so. This thing really works, and it really works well. Whether I'm doing fanning or straight pulls with it, and it has put the fun back into using the 36-inch channel. I actually look for reasons to use this thing now because it works, and it works well, and I don't have mistakes. I'm not going back and doing a ton of touch-up work and stuff. And then also too, I really like using the longer channels. I'm a fan of the short channels. I use those as well. And there's some like the wagtails and the liquidators. I love those too. But honestly, when I'm looking at 30 pieces of 10 by 6 sheet glass, and do I want to get the stuff done, even if I have to do a little detailing with these? It's still faster than doing a disco dance with a 18-inch liquidator or whatever. So there's a time and place for everything, and this, I just want to say I'm a fan of it. These things do fit on other wide body channels as well. If you like the Ninja channels or the Tories or whatever, some of the other ones, they'll fit on there. And it's one last thing too, on the bottom here edge, I just took a file and I sheared down the corners a little bit, because if you do happen to slip when you're using this, the corners, they're slightly edged, but they need to be edged a little bit more because it'll scratch the glass. But the way it is now, you just get a file out there on there, and it takes care of that if you happen to lose your grip or something like that. So that's all I got, and these things are really cool, and I hope somebody gives these 36-inch channels another chance with this attachment on here that Sorbo makes. So that's all I got.